How's it going, everyone? Austin Honecker here. I just wanted to come on here for a while and give them a review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite from tonight, which is March 29th, 2022. I gotta say, it was awesome from start to finish. For the matches, match 1, it was CM Punk versus Max Caster. That was a great match, but the ending to it, CM Punk went over with the Anaconda Vice. Now, before the match, CM Punk came out, and then the Acclaimed, which are Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, came out. Max Caster done a rap on CM Punk, and Anthony Bowens said his signature line, "Columbia, South Carolina, the Acclaimed have arrived," and everything. That was cool. And after the match, Tony Schiavone interviewed CM Punk, and Tony Schiavone asked CM Punk, "What's this gesture mean?" CM Punk said, "Tony Schiavone, you're a lot smarter than that. What I meant by this gesture is I am going after the AEW championship. I don't care if it's Adam Cole, and I don't care if I have to or if I have to beat some cowboy shit, because before my time in AEW is over, there's going to be a lot of gray in my beard. There's going to be a lot of scars on my body. And I am also going to be the AEW champion." And everything. That was cool. Match 2, it was Jon Moxley versus Jay Lethal. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Jon Moxley went over with the paradigm shift. Match 3, it was FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, versus the Gun Club, which are Colton and Austin Gunn. That was a great match, but the ending to it, FTR went over because Dax Harwood pinned Colton Gunn, pinned Austin Gunn. Match 3, it was FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, versus the Gun Club, which are Colton and Austin Gunn. That was a great match, but the ending to it, FTR went over cause Dax Harwood pinned Austin Gunn with the big rig from Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. Now, after the match, MJF came out to the ring, and there was dissension between MJF, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, but MJF ended up raising the hands of FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, because the thing is, Wardlow tried to break in and get after MJF during the match between FTR versus the Gun Club. And so Wardlow took out the security guards, and then a bunch of security guards ganged up on Wardlow and escorted him out of the building and everything. Match 4, it was Bryan Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Bryan Danielson went over with the LaBelle Lock. Match 5, it was Tony Storm versus the Bunny in an Owen Hart Memorial Cup tournament qualifying match for the women's division. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Toni Storm went over with the Storm Zero. That was match 5, by the way. Match 6, which was the main event, it was Andrade El Idolo versus Darby Allin. That was a great match, but the ending to it, Andrade El Idolo went over with the El Idolo. Now, before the match, Darby Allin and Andrade El Idolo came out to the ring, then Darby Allin came out to the ring. Andrade El Idolo attacked Darby Allin before the match started, and a brawl ensued between Darby Allin and Andrade El Idolo before the match started and everything. That was cool. And after the match, as the Butcher, the Blade, and Jose the Assistant came in to celebrate with Andrade El Idolo over his victory, Sting came into the ring to tend to Darby Allin, but Andrade El Idolo, Jose the Assistant, and the Butcher and the Blade ended up ganging up on Sting and beating the shit out of him, and Sting fought back, but the numbers game was too much, and then Private Party, which are Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, came out and started ganging up on Sting, and the numbers game even numbered up even more. And as that was going on, the Hardys, which are Matt and Jeff Hardy, came out and evened the odds and beat the shit out of Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy and everything. And also the Butcher, the Blade, Andrade El Idolo, and Jose the Assistant retreated and everything as well. So the Hardys, which are Matt and Jeff Hardy, along with Sting and Darby Allin, well, Darby Allin was knocked out, but Sting and the Hardys, which are Matt and Jeff Hardy, stood tall, while the Andrade family office, which are Andrade El Idolo, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, the Butcher, the Blade, and Jose the Assistant, were on stage looking on and everything. That was cool. Now, besides the matches, Alex Marvez interviewed the Pinnacle, which are MJF, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler. And as Alex Marvez was conducting the interview, Mark Sterling came around, and Alex Marvez was saying, "Who's this?" MJF said, "That's my lawyer, Smart Mark Sterling." Alex Marvez said, I know who Smart Mark Sterling is, but what's going on?" And MJF was saying, "You know Marvez?" Well, MJF said, "You know Marvez? We're not going to talk about Wardlow, because Wardlow is no longer allowed in AEW." And everything, and then Dax Harwood was saying, "Now Max, you're mine and Cash's friend, but Wardlow is our friend too. And so I don't know what's going on between you and Wardlow, but we don't want no part in it." MJF was saying, "Guys, you're not just my friends, you're my goddamn family." And Cash Wheeler was trying to calm Dax Harwood down because Dax Harwood was getting upset, and MJF signaled for Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler to put their hands in, and so they did, and MJF said, "Now that's more like it, because when you're in the Pinnacle, you always come out on top." Now, before all that, MJF was talking about how FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, were going to be facing off against the Gun Club, which are Colton and Austin Gunn, and talked about how FTR were going to kick their asses, and how Sean Spears will be facing Sean Dean next week, and Sean Spears was going to kick Sean Dean's ass and everything as well. That was cool. AEW aired a vignette of Marina Shafir. That was cool. AEW aired a video package of the build-up of the feud between Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs. That was cool. Which was cool. The Jericho Appreciation Society, which are Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker, cut a promo. And Chris Jericho was talking about how it's been 3 weeks since the Jericho Appreciation Society formed, and how it's a worldwide sensation already, and how everyone's been wanting to join the Jericho Appreciation Society. But Chris Jericho was talking about how that wasn't going to happen because there's only 5 of us and that's all we need and everything. And then Daniel Garcia was talking about how himself and Chris Jericho, who are sports entertainers, beat up professional wrestlers, which were the Dark Order, which are John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and Daniel Garcia was even bringing up how they're sports entertainers, not professional wrestlers, and everything. And then Matt Menard was talking about taking a peek through the curtain to see if Santana and Ortiz and see if Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz, were around. But so Matt Menard peeked through, no sign of Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful. And Angelo Parker was talking about Angelo Parker was talking about how you'll never see Eddie Kingston or Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz, ever again and everything. And then Jake Hager was talking about how the Jericho Appreciation Society beat up Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz and everything. And then Jake Hager peeked through the curtain, and there was Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz. So a brawl ensued between the Jericho Appreciation Society against Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, and Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, which are Santana and Ortiz, got the best of the Jericho Appreciation Society, but then the numbers game got too much, so the Jericho Appreciation Society ended up beating the shit out of Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful, and the Jericho Appreciation Society stood tall while Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful were laid out and everything. That was cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Jade Cargill and Mark Sterling, Tony Schiavone was asking Jade Cargill who her opponent is going to be for her 30th match in AEW. And Mark Sterling was saying, Tony, I already got Jade's opponent picked out. And it's none other than the librarian, Leva Bates. Well, Leva Bates came along, and Jade Cargill was saying, what is this shit, Mark? I want competition. I don't want no stupid librarian like Leva Bates. And Jade Cargill told Leva Bates to get lost, so Leva Bates got upset and walked off. And then Jade Cargill was saying, well, Mark Sterling was saying, you want option 2, Jade? Jade Cargill said, hit me up with it, Mark. Mark Sterling said, "What? Well, Jade, option 2 is none other than Marina Shafir." Jade Cargill was saying, "Marina who?" Mark Sterling said, "Marina Shafir." Jade Cargill said, I don't know who Marina Shafir is." And Mark, you don't sound confident in this. Mark Sterling said, "Well, Jade, she's going to be competition because she is an MMA fighter." Jade Cargill was saying, "Well, I don't give a she said, "Well, I don't give a shit if she's an MMA fighter or not, because I'm going to remain 30-0 and I'm going to remain your TBS Women's Champion." And one thing I got to say, Tony, cut the shit. So Jade Cargill left and Mark Sterling left and everything, and Tony Schiavone was looking on and everything. That was cool. AEW aired a vignette. AEW aired a video package of the build-up of the feud between Darby Allin and Andrade El Idolo. That was cool. The Undisputed Elite, which are Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, came out with the AEW title and the AEW tag team titles, and they had a celebration and everything. And Adam Cole was talking about how Hangman Page and the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, couldn't make it because they didn't want to be there, but they were ashamed because Adam Cole and because himself, Adam Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish easily stole their titles, and they're ashamed of it. And Adam Cole was talking about how they were going to celebrate all week long and everything, and then Kyle O'Reilly was talking about how him and Bobby Fish are the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling, and talked about how he drank so much champagne and he's about to pass out, so he sat down. And then Bobby Fish was talking about how Kyle O'Reilly was right about everything he said, and how they're the best damn tag team in the world and everything. And then Adam Cole was talking about how they were going to get some more champagne and everything. And then Hangman Page drove in the arena in his car, and then got out of his car, and Hangman Page got out to the ring and started got down to the ring, and Hangman Page started beating the shit out of the Undisputed Elite, which are Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. Well, Hangman Page beat the shit out of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish first, and then beat the shit out of Adam Cole. Well, Hangman Page was getting ready to execute the buckshot lariat to Adam Cole, but Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish pulled Adam Cole out of the ring, and then Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, came out and attacked the Undisputed Elite from behind and beat the shit out of them. And then Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus got Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish in the ring and everything, and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus were beating the shit out of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and then Christian Cage was beating the shit out of Adam Cole, and then Christian Cage Christian Cage threw Adam Cole back into the ring, and as Adam Cole was thrown back into the ring by Christian Cage, Hangman Page executed the buckshot lariat to Adam Cole and laid him out. So Hangman Page, Christian Cage, and the Jurassic Express, which are Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, stood tall in the ring, while the Undisputed Elite, which are Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, while the Undisputed Elite, which are Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, were on the stage staring Hangman Page, Christian Cage, and the Jurassic Express down and everything. That was cool. Tony Schiavone interviewed Thunder Rosa, and Tony Schiavone was saying, you know, Thunder Rosa, last week I tried to interview you, but you were interrupted by none other than the native beast Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. So, Thunder Rosa, the floor is yours. Thunder Rosa got on the microphone and said, Tony, you're right. Last week, my celebration was cut short. But I'm going to tell you right now, Thunder Rosa is a pillar. I am a pillar. Pillars get knocked down, but we get back up. And Nyla Rose, I'm going to kick your ass. You want a shot at my AEW Women's title? You got it. Because I'm going to kick your ass, and I'm going to remain AEW Women's Champion. And I am going to be a fighting champion. And everything. And then Thunder Rosa was talking about how she was going to kick ass and everything as champ as well. That was cool. FTR, which are Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, cut a promo, and Cash Wheeler was talking about how they beat the shit out of how they beat the Gun Club, which are Colton and Austin Gunn, tonight on Dynamite, and talked about how everyone says the FTR takes professional wrestling too serious, and then Cash Wheeler was saying, those people are right, because we do take professional wrestling serious, because this is all we got, because we love what we do, and we've always wanted to do it since childhood, and everything. And then Dax Harwood was saying, and with that being said, Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, how about you give us a rematch? FTR versus Young Bucks 2. Top guys out and everything. Which that was cool. And Tony Schiavone interviewed Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. And, well, Tony Schiavone was talking about how Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero ruined Thunder Rosa's AEW Women's title celebration last week on AEW Dynamite and everything. And then Vicky Guerrero was saying, Tony, that's enough. Yes, last week we made sure Thunder Rosa was cut short of her celebration. And you know why? Because Thunder Rosa, you've been insulting our intelligence and everything. And then Nyla Rose was saying, also, Thunder Rosa, I beat your ass. And I was sending a message to you that I want to fight you, and I want my AEW Women's title back. And I'll do everything it takes. I will kick your ass, and I will become AEW Women's Champion again, bitch. And then Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero left while Tony Schiavone was looking on and everything. That was cool. Now, besides all that, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur done commentary throughout the whole show. They done awesome as usual. MJF done guest commentary along with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur during the match between FTR versus the Gun Club, and William Regal done guest commentary along with Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur during the match between Bryan Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta. William Regal done great on guest commentary. And, well, MJF done great on guest commentary, and William Regal done great on guest commentary. The referees for the event were Rick Knox, Paul Turner, Bryce Remsburg, Stephon Smith, and Aubrey Edwards. Okay. Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between CM Punk versus Max Caster. Paul Turner refereed the match between Jon Moxley versus Jay Lethal. Aubrey Edwards refereed the match between FTR versus the Gun Club. Rick Knox refereed the match between Bryan Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta. Stephon Smith refereed the match between Tony Storm versus The Bunny. And Bryce Remsburg refereed the match between Andrade El Idolo versus Darby Allin. All the referees done awesome as usual. Now, the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite next week that's been announced so far, it's going to be the Hardys, which are Matt and Jeff Hardy, versus the Butcher and the Blade in a tables match. And it'll be the continuation of the Owen Hart Memorial Cup Tournament qualifying match for the women's division and the start of the Owen Hart Memorial Cup Tournament qualifying matches for the men's division. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite next week that's been announced so far looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. And the match card for Friday night's episode of All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage. And the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night, it's going to be the Young Bucks, which are the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night. It's going to be the Young Bucks, which are Matt and Nick Jackson, versus Top Flight, which are Dante and Darius Martin. The House of Black, which are Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, versus Fuego del Sol and the Dark Order, which are Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Keith Lee versus Powerhouse Hobbs. And Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue in the Owen Hart Memorial Cup Tournament qualifying match for the women's division. Now, besides the matches that have been announced, Chris Statlander will be appearing live, and the American Top Team, which are Dan Lambert, Scorpio Sky, and Paige Van Zant, will be appearing live. So the match card for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Rampage Friday night looks like it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here for a while and give my review for All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite from tonight, which is March 29th, 2022. Like I said, it was awesome from start to finish. And with that being said, my name is Austin Honecker, and I will catch your ass down the road. Peace out.